Welcome back. Well, Vishnu Chemicals is the stock on our radar today, posted a decent set of Q4 numbers. EBITDA and profit after tax jumped 20% and 25% respectively, but revenue growth in Q4 has been muted. Revenues were up just 1% in the quarter gone by, but FY23 revenue growth came in at 31%. To discuss the outlook going forward, we have Siddhartha Ch, who's the Joint Managing Director at the company. Siddhartha, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Your FY23 run rate has been really strong, but if I look at your quarterly run rate, the growth rates have been coming down in Q4 at 1%, which compares with around 55% that you saw in Q2, 85% that you saw in Q1, and 11% in Q3. What led to this? Can you split the revenue growth in realizations and volumes, and what's the outlook going forward?
Thank you very much for having me. Year gone by, has given us a sense of accomplishment in terms of revenue growth. We have achieved the highest ever top line at 1,400 crores and bottom line crossing 100 crores. So we have crossed few major milestones. In terms of Q4, your question, we have witnessed some slowdown in our barium volumes during Q4 because of the gas issues in Europe, but now we are seeing the demand coming back in the Europe. So we will be seeing a good volume growth in our barium carbonate in the coming quarters.
Okay. Siddhartha, afternoon. What about the guidance for FY24? What would the volume numbers look like, the realizations? And can you tell us if the gas issue which impacted you all last year, has it been normalized?
Well, yes, the gas issue has been normalized. If you must have seen, the European gas prices are back to pre-COVID levels. So that especially the ceramic industry in Spain and Italy was very much impacted. Now that the pricing is back to more workable levels for the ceramic industry in Europe, we are seeing the volumes coming back not just in normal level but very strongly. And it's falling in line very well because our expanded capacity during Q4 is also operating at over 80% at the moment. In terms of guidance for this financial year, we will be very focused on the volume growth. I won't be able to give you a guidance at this juncture on how the growth will be, but our goal would be to grow at the same level of over 20%. Even during this year, but we will be seeing more volume growth coming from our barium chemistry, both on barium carbonate and barium sulfate.
So let's split those segments now for you. Chromium capacity, that has been commissioned for you. It is a higher chunk of your revenues as well. With that 10,000 tons per annum coming in, what is the initial capacity utilization? How much will that aid your revenues in FY24? And when you talk about higher volumes in FY24, will it be aided by the additional capacity that has come by?
Yes, the more capacity we are going to see is in barium. That's where we are very much focused on in terms of volume growth. And the product launch of barium sulfate, we have completed the capex, and the commercial production will be starting during July, August. So you will be seeing more volume and value growth coming from our subsidiary. It doesn't mean that the chrome growth will be subdued. During this year, we are expecting a further 10% volume increase in our chrome chemicals as well, especially coming from the oxide and chromic acid applications.
Okay, so will the chromium barium mix stand at the current levels? You have 87% coming in from chromium, 13% from barium. So once this capacity comes in force, how will the revenue split change?
We're looking at a 75-25 split. There's always a delta of 2 to 3%, but as of now, that's what we have kind of forecasted for this year.
Of course, 2 to 3% here and there works, but that's the larger idea as far as revenue split is concerned. So considering all of this, the new capacity coming in, barium contributing more to volumes and realizations as well, what will your margins look like in FY23, Siddhartha? 17.4% is what you've seen in FY23. What is the range that you're looking at from here on? Which is the higher margin product for you, chromium or barium?
Well, it's both, but moving forward, we are very positive about margin increase in the barium because it has remained lower level and quite subdued during the last year because of the gas issues and as well as the sudden raw material price increases. And now we are able to pass it on, and better operating levels will also help the economies of scale to kick in. So we will see an upwards of 20% EBITDA in our barium vertical, and also an upwards of 30% volume increase in barium. And chrome, we are targeting an EBITDA of 19 to 20% as well.
Okay, so 19 to 20% margins in both chromium and barium segment, and 30% volume growth in barium segment is what you just told us.
Yeah, that's right.
So that means your margins could be around 20%, right? Because those are the two products that you have. So your margins will inch higher in FY24.
Yeah, but we are talking about two verticals, not two products. We are having a portfolio of totally 9 products, 3 in barium and 6 in chrome chemicals. So, and we have a very flexible product mix. Depending on the industry demand, we can quickly, switch in between the products.
No, of course, I meant 2 segments in barium and chromium, and there are sub-segments there as well in terms of 9 products. But overall, 20% is the margins that we can work with for FY24.
Targeting. And given that the raw materials are also going down, that will definitely help to add on, perhaps support in this market condition.
Okay, so for all the capex plans that you have in place, what is the expenditure going to be like? Will you be taking some debt in your books, or is it already funded?
Well, let me give you an idea on what we have spent over the last year. Last year, we spent over 127 crores of, we've done 127 crores of capex during the last financial year, and that asset will start sweating towards end of this second quarter of this financial year. And we expect to invest, mostly focused on augmenting our chrome line, because we are seeing more demand in oxide and chromic acid. So we are planning to augment that capacity as well during this year. We are actively discussing.
All right, so that we'll touch base with you yet again once these capacities are commercialized and you do have more updates on your capex plans. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, that's the word coming in. That's the word coming in from Vishnu Chemicals, looking at a strong growth, 20% on top line, and around 20% margins from 17.5% that they did in FY23. We'll do one thing, slip into a short break and put focus on M&M Financial in our mid-cap spotlight segment. They just reported their business update.